Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Linden Houston. In today's video, I'm showing you how to make a lovely classic donut. In the recipe, I'm using 120 ml of milk, 30 gram sugar, 2 teaspoons vanilla, 2 grams of salt, and I'll be using 5 grams of yeast. Also, I'll be putting in some salt, and I'll be using 1 egg in this recipe. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a whisk, and I'm going to whisk this all together just to incorporate everything. And after doing so, that's the time I will add the flour after. Make sure you give it a good whisk before you add the flour to it, just to get the sugar, the yeast, the salt, the vanilla, the egg all together combined. Next, I'm adding in all the flour. I'm using 300 grams of plain flour, which is normally called all-purpose. After mixing all of this, I'll be adding about 25 grams of butter. You can use salted butter or unsalted butter. So make sure you fold it in, and after you fold it in and add the butter, we're going to pour it out on a cutting board, and then we're going to start knead it a bit. So make sure you fold in the butter. You can either put it out on the board and do it, but at this point I'm just using the spatula to fold the butter in it. So go ahead and dust your cutting board, because it's a little bit sticky because of the type of dough. So make sure you give it a bit of knead, and after kneading it, I'm gonna put some oil in the glass bowl, and I'm gonna put it back in the bowl, cover it with a towel or a cling film. And then you need to leave it to prove out. It probably take about half an hour to an hour to prove out properly. But also there's another recipe. Instead of using the milk like just room temperature, you can warm the milk a bit, and then it will activate the yeast. I'm using about a teaspoon of oil. Whatever oil you have to, you want to use olive oil, please feel free to do so. I'm going to put the dough inside it, and then I'm going to cover them up. And once it is double in size, that's the time you pour it back out on your cutting board. We're going to knock the yeast down because it's proof out. So we're gonna press it. Once you touch it like that, it's gonna go right back down. So I'm gonna put it on the board now. You will need a little bit of flour to go with this because it's very sticky at the moment. Just go ahead and add a bit of flour just to help it out. So normally this recipe is very soft and nice when you make the donuts with this. It's very light and fluffy inside. So it's a little bit different from some other donuts. When you tried it, it's a little bit heavy and the dough is a bit hard. This one is very light. So basically I'm just gonna form. You can either roll it out and cut it, but you don't have to do so. So I'm just choosing to do it this way because it's a little bit time consuming. And also it's easier to do it this way, and you have less wastage doing it this way. So once I do it like this and set them out aside, I'm gonna press it a little bit, and then you need a small cutter to cut in the middle, if you choose to do so. So basically I just drop a piece of the dough inside the oil just to test the temperature of the oil before I put the rest in.